All right, everybody, welcome back to another video. And today I'm going to be breaking down my network rack, and that's coming up right after this. Hey everybody, welcome back to I'm Gadget Guy. I am Gadget Guy. You can call me Justin. Gadget Guy, just nothing inappropriate. Okay. All right. So yes, we're going to be breaking down my network rack. We've talked about my home network, and that video is up here. But I'm going to be breaking down everything in this network rack. All right. So let's take a look at my network rack right here. All right. So here's my network rack. Okay. I have a power. I have a gateway, a switch, and a patch panel. Then I have another 6U rack over there. This is an 8U. And I'll be breaking down each component. This will be talking about this week. Next week, I'll be talking about some access points. And then I'll break down the miscellaneous things about this network rack. Oh yeah, the patch panel right here. This will be part of the switch when I do that. Originally, that's what came with the house to throw your network into. Yeah, I don't think that would work. All right. Okay, so yes, I'll be breaking down everything. So I'll be talking about the gateway, the first thing today. But before we do that, let's jump back into the past. So in my old house, and even in this new house, I use something like this. Okay, this is a Netgear Nighthawk XS. It's a Netgear Nighthawk X6S. Okay, so a lot of people still use like the Comcast routers that they give to you. My sisters do. A lot of people just use the Comcast devices, or whoever your IP is. Okay, not IP, but whoever your internet service provider is. They might give you a router that puts in your home and stuff like that. I've actually never ever used that. I've always used my own. Okay, so this one right here, let's take a look at it. Okay, if you can see, we've got an internet port right there. Okay, and then we have 4 ports. Okay. And so you can take one of these 4 ports and take it out and put it into like a switch or something, which I'll be talking about in my next video. Okay. Or you can put like, oh, I've got 4 devices. You can take and put those in your 4 devices. Okay. So this right here acted as my Wi-Fi as well. Okay. So you pop these out. And voila, you had a wireless device. Okay, you can turn it, however you want to turn it and say, okay, that's the best way to do it. But this was a wireless device. So this sat downstairs in my network closet in my old house. Okay, and this worked really super well for Wi-Fi for that little house. Now, when I moved to my bigger house, it worked okay. I mean, it wasn't the best. We went from 1,600 square feet up to 4,200 square feet. So you're like, oh yeah, Justin, that's... Yeah, and I did have it centralized in the basement and things like that, but it just wasn't what I was looking for. Okay, so this is a router, gateway, and Wi-Fi all in one. Okay, so gateway. Let me explain what a gateway is really quick. Okay, gateway is something that when the internet comes in, it processes the network, and you can modify it. You can put firewall rules on it. You can make sure that it's protecting you and your house. Okay, this one has a gateway built into it. This is a router and a gateway. It has firewall rules and things like that. Not really robust firewall rules. You can adjust them and things like that, but not that good of a gateway. All right, so now you're thinking, oh, interesting, Justin. Oh yeah, it even has a USB on it. So right there, can you see that? Can you see that right there? Yeah, that's got a USB, so you can put like a NAS on it, network attached storage on it. And it even has one over there, so you can put another network attached storage on it. Okay, so I was thinking, you know what? I need, no, just a sec. Ice. Pebble ice from my Pebble ice maker. Okay, so I decided to upgrade my gateway and slash my whole entire internet. Okay, and so let's go take a look at the gateway I decided to get. All right, so this right here is my UDM Pro. Okay, it's a Dream Machine Pro. It's by Ubiquiti, and it's the gateway to my house. Okay, so I have the internet coming into here. I do have a fiber connection to my house, which is right over here. I can see it, this is the fiber cable right there. Okay, and then this is the fiber box, which converts it over to the RJ45, and that comes over here and hooks in right there. I am going to get a fiber connection right in here. Okay, I'm just working on trying to get the cable and things like that. And then it comes with the 8 port right now. So 1 port right now is going up here to my switch, and it's currently over here, but I'm going to change it out here in just a sec. But so I have 8 ports. These are 1 gigabits ports. Okay. And so this is the gateway right here. Yes, this right here, you pop that open, and it's for a hard drive. Okay. And so if you have UDM Pro, not UDM Pros, but if you have Ubiquiti cameras, you can record onto that. Okay, it does have a nice little touch screen right there where you can go ahead and cycle through, see, like if I click on it, it comes up with network. It'll just give me the throughput and everything like that. Okay, and if you swipe it to the left, it says 14 devices, 55 wireless, and 0 on the guest. It was 15, but I kicked my son off his computer and told him to go do things. Okay, so this is the UDM Pro. So I can hook up to 8 other devices here. So you don't even need a different switch. All right. So let me explain a few things here about the gateway. All right. So yeah, I went with the UDM Pro. Okay, and it's nice. Okay. That Dream Machine is really super nice. It's got the 8 ports on it. I need to utilize those ports more, but I have a plan. It's future. I'll be down the road in the future a little bit. But with this gateway, I can set up different networks. You're thinking, different networks, Justin? Yeah, so I can take this UDM Pro. Yes, I can set up different networks. I got the different Wi-Fi speeds, the 5 gigahertz and the 2 gigahertz. I have those different wireless, but I have a main network, which my whole entire family uses. I have a guest network, which the guests will use when they come over. I have a smart home network, and I have a camera network where I have all my cameras on one network. So you're thinking, why all these different devices? You're probably thinking, why all these different networks? Well, good question. So you take the networks and you divide them up. Okay, you take your cameras and you put them on network. You take your smart home devices, put it on network. You can even take these right here. I'm working on taking all my Apple devices. I'm putting them on a separate network. Okay, and it's like a lot of work, Justin. Yeah, it is a lot of work. But if you keep things separate, then say I have a Ring doorbell. Okay, if that gets compromised, they can only access the Ring network if you set up firewalls rules, and they can't access the rest of your network. Or if my Wemo, which we don't use anymore because it got sunset. So if I use my Casa devices, I have a lot of Casa devices in my house, and if I use one of those, and those get compromised, it only gets into the rest of the Casa app and the rest of the Casa. And they can play around with my Casas until I figure it out and disable them. So, and then, so you can do all that. Like if I have 3 thermostat. I can put that on a separate network. So if that gets compromised, they can't get into my NASs or anything like that. So yeah, I do all the different networks in there. You can set up some robust firewall rules that will allow you to protect your data. Okay. So, you know, I'll tell you this right now. Not 100%, not everything's 100% hack proof. Okay. Not everything's hack proof. We have AI out there now and it's going strong. So if you're proactive, you can try to keep ahead of them. Okay. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to keep ahead, putting down the network and everything like that. So, you know, if someone gets into my Ring doorbell, they cannot get into my NAS server. And that's what I want to protect, is all my data on that NAS server. Okay. So that is why I kind of went with the gateway. It also has another feature on it. It has something called the VPN. That's a virtual private network. I'll probably do another video about the VPN here in the future. But this one has a VPN on it. And what that can do, it's got two different VPNs on it. It's got what's called a teleport. And I set up a wireless guard on it, okay? So two different VPNs. One VPN I use on my iPhone, okay? Or my iPad. That's called the teleport one. I just have to go out with my iPhone. If I'm on a wireless network that I don't trust, which is 99.9% of them or 100% of them, unless I set them up. I don't even trust that because people think they know things and they can go and mess it up. But anyway, so I always use a VPN and I use teleport on my iPhone and on my iPad. Now on my MacBook, I set it up to use what's called a wireless card. And I have a config file I downloaded on my MacBook. So I can go out to public Wi-Fi and log on and then log on to my VPN, and it will route all the information from my computer through my home network connection. All right, so yeah, it goes through my home network. So I can be over in Spain, go to a coffee shop, hook up to the wireless, boom, my MacBook will connect to the VPN, shoot it straight through to my home network, and I can surf the web from my home network. Okay, I can access my banking information from the United States of America, and they don't think it's a hacker trying to get in. So, you know, those are all the advantages and stuff like that. That's why I went with this UDM Pro. Yeah, it does have a slot for cameras. I would love just to get into the Ubiquiti ecosystem and just have it all one ecosystem, but I don't know. That's expensive. But yeah, so this is why I got the gateway. It's not a Wi-Fi device like this one right here. Yeah, this is a Wi-Fi device. It's not like the Wi-Fi device, okay? And so I had to get something else for that, but I'll talk about that here in a little bit in another video, okay? So that is basically my gateway to the house. It comes in, I've got those 8 ports. I need to utilize those 8 ports a little bit better. I can hook all my NASs up into that, but I just threw them into my patch panel. I'll talk about that here in my next one as well. But I am going to try to figure out how to get my fiber into that. So it's a 1 gig fiber instead of converting it to RJ45, you know, boom, over to that way. They say I can do it. My internet provider says, oh yeah, you can do that. Come get a cable. I go to the office, try and get cable. What? I don't know what you're talking about, buddy. Yeah, I am going to show me the email. This is what's going on, buddy. So yeah, so I'm going to try to hook that up into fiber. And if I do, I will do a video about that. So yeah, that is it for my gateway video today. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. All right, I really, really would appreciate it. And also, hit that subscribe button down below so you can be subscribed to Gadget Guy. I am Gadget Guy. So you can follow me in my journeys of tech. Also, hit that bell notification so you get notified anytime I upload a video about tech, gadgets, software, or anything like that that has to do with the gadget technology world. Okay? Because that's what I'm passionate about here on this channel. All right, guys, until the next one, yeah, the next video, I'll be talking about two components on my network rack. That's the network switch and the patch panel. All right, so come back for that one. Remember, hit that bell notification and that subscribe button. All right, guys, until the next one, I will see you later. Bye.